It's Natasha Denona turning into Pat McGrath, and Patrick Starr seems to be selling one size. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing Friday. Welcome to this week's new makeup releases, where we chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peek. Every week I come back and I let you know about all the makeup news that's been going on, so you don't have to scour the entire internet and all the newsletters and Instagram accounts to know what's been releasing, to know what's coming, and to know the big makeup news. I love letting you know what I feel about these products, but I also love reading what you think about these products, so don't forget to let me know down in the comments as we go through the video. But before we get into the makeup news, let's have a quick little demo of how I achieved this very glowy look right here. We are gonna get ready, and I'm very excited to let you know that the beginning part of this video is sponsored by Merit, and I have a bag here full of my essentials for travel because I've been traveling quite a lot this year. I was gonna say this summer, but this year, let's be honest. And these are some of the things that I have been bringing with me, and I am gonna create a full look with them. This bag, by the way, is the new makeup bag from Merit. This is the tool bag, and this is a vegan silk makeup bag, and honestly it's so cute. You can use this as like an accessory or like an evening bag as well. You can see the label right here. This bag will be included with your order from Merit if the order is over $100. My first product that I've had not only in my makeup bag but also in my purse when I've been out and about. I brought this one on my last travel that I did, and this is the Merit Minimalist. This is a concealer and foundation all in one. I have mine in shade Bisque, but they do have quite a few shades. I just draw this on, and you can blend it out with your finger or with a sponge or with a brush. I prefer a brush with this formula, but I also will say this is one of those products that you can use it as a concealer and just cover up and do like a minimal coverage, or you can use a little bit more like I did today and you'll get like a medium coverage, or you can just shear it out with your fingers and you'll get a light coverage. It's just a really versatile product that leaves you with a natural finish and lasts really good on me. And because it is so travel friendly, I can bring it in my purse or bring it in my carry-on, and you can add a little bit more if you want to. You can increase the coverage if you feel like you need to. It just makes it a really easy product to travel with and a really easy product to use on the go. This is the Bronze Balm in Sand. It has a protective on here. I've talked about this one before on my channel, and this one is a bronzing stick that is a little bit more sheer, and I've said that this is a bronzing stick for beginners because you cannot overdo it. It is so easy to work with. And then I'm just blending it out with a more dense soft brush, and I think that it looks like that. It looks so effortless. This is the Flush Balm, and this is in Rouge, and I love a sheer red blush. I like to go in with a brush on the balm, and then I just apply it on my cheeks, and look at that. Look at that color. I just think it's so pretty. There's something about a sheer red blush that just makes me feel like I'm about to turn into a Disney princess. There is a lot of glow to this one, and it feels creamy but not sticky. Another product that I've been having in my travel bag is the Day Glow in Kava. You see, this one is very well used. This actually looks wet on your cheeks. It is such a beautiful highlighter, and I just dab it on my cheekbones, and this just completes that somewhat effortless but I still have makeup on my face look. And last but not least, I love the signature matte lipsticks by Merit, and this one is in Equestrian, and this is one of my newer colors. It is a dark brown, and I love a literally no eye makeup and a bold lip. You've seen that on me a lot. I love that. So that is the finished look using my 5 favorite products from Merit, and I think everything looks really beautiful. Like, look at that cheek. It looks so good. And you can get my custom set with Merit as well. The 5 pieces for $132, which is a $24 saving, and it will be available for the upcoming 72 hours through the link down below. And of course, you can exchange the colors if you want to get another color of the lipstick or the blush. Of course, you might not have the same foundation color as me, but if you also wanted to try some products from Merit, these are the ones that I recommend. I think that these are incredible. So thank you again so much, Merit, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. Don't forget to check the information in the top of the description box if you want to check out these products, if you want to check out this bundle, or if you just want to check out Merit. Now let's get into the new makeup releases. I also wanted to quickly let you know that tonight on Friday, I already announced it in my community tab for my members, tier 2 and tier 3. We're gonna have our member Zoom. If you are part of my membership, tier 2 or tier 3, that's gonna be tonight. I'm actually heading out to the movies tonight, so we're doing it a little bit earlier because I have a friend here in Austin that actually worked on a movie that's like that's showing right now, so we are gonna go and see it together, and I'm super excited about that. But if you wanted to participate in this Zoom, even if you're watching this in the morning, if you join now, you can still participate. All the information is gonna be found in the community tab. And again, if you are part of my membership, thank you so much for supporting my channel and for being part of that. I do have a few different perks that you can read about down in the description box or in the button next to the subscription button. But if not, that's totally fine too. It's an optional thing. Nothing really changes on my channel. I keep uploading per usual. It's just added bonus things. Now let me scoochie to the side so that we can chat about the new makeup. Let's actually start talking about the Natasha Denona release. So this is the mini rose palette, and I will say initially when I saw this one, my initial thought was, again, is this a re-release? Didn't we already have this? That was my initial thought when I saw this one, but that is not true. This is actually a new release. This is something new, but I do feel like we are seeing a little bit of the Pat McGrath syndrome, because Pat McGrath was being, and also Natasha Denona was being very editorial, very edgy with the color stories, with the combinations, with all the makeup that they were releasing. And then here's the thing. This is what I've seen, and this is what I've heard from being in the beauty community for almost a decade, and for talking to brand owners and talking to people working in makeup counters and working in different makeup stores. And what I have learned is that a brand will put their mark and be interesting because they are different, but what really sells are the neutrals. But the thing is that it's very easy for a brand to fall into only doing neutrals then, because that is what sells. But then people lose interest in the brand because they lost the edge, which is the more colorful thing. So it has to be like a balance between the two. And I do feel like we've been seeing quite a lot of more neutral leaning things from Natasha Denona. And it's starting to get a little Pinky Pat McGrath territory. It's almost like it's a mix of some of her neutral mini palettes with some of her like Love Valentine's mini palettes. So I actually did purchase this one. I do have a code with Natasha Denona. If you buy anything from her website, you can use the code Angeshka and you will get 15% off on the web, like off your order. So that code you can always use on her website. So I did buy this one because I think I own almost every mini palette that's ever been released except the mini Lila palette. I don't own that one. There might be something else I'm missing, but I'm fairly sure I have most of them. And I kind of want to do a video just like which ones are the best, which ones are not worth getting, maybe ranking them. Let me know what you think, because I do feel like I always travel. When I travel, wow, making sense. I always travel with at least one of these palettes, and I will say the one that gets to travel with me the most is the mini Xenon palette, because it has a bone colored matte, it has a black matte, it has some grays that I don't use. Honestly, I wish I could rearrange these mini palettes. That I wish. I never want to rearrange any of the Natasha Denona palettes, but I do wish I could rearrange some of these mini palettes, because that would actually be amazing for me. Again, I could create a mini palette myself with my own singles collection. That's not really a problem, but it would be really nice. With that being said, I want to compare this one. How close is this one to the other mini palettes that she has? So that is going to be my goal with this palette, just showing, because again, I have all the other ones. I want to see how close are we. And I do think that two of the shades in this palette, I think the baby pink shimmer and one of the mattes is like reoccurring shades. For me, the mini palettes myself, I don't care if the mini palettes have some already existing shades, because I will only use the mini palettes when I'm traveling. So for me, it's more like a nice curation. So it doesn't bother me. I would be more bothered if the bigger palettes had shades in like the same shades in different palettes. I would be more worried about that, unless they're like discontinuing something like the gold palette versus the golden palette, because I don't want to have the same that. But like with the mini palette, I don't care that much. I prefer when they are an extension of a palette over being just a curation of the palette, but you can't win everything. What I will say, this is the mini rose palette, and we do not have a midi rose palette. So expect to see a midi rose palette either for spring next year or holiday this year. I'm putting it out there. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I wonder how that one is gonna be different from the Retro palette and the I Need a Nude palette. It's going to be interesting. Again, it's going to be interesting to see. I would like to see a mini Yucca palette that is not just the popular shades from the palette, but an extension. I would love to see an extension of Yucca in a mini palette. That, I would walk over a couple of corpses for that, because that would be my ideal travel palette. Like that mucky. Honestly, even if it's the same shades, I could see myself, if I could have that bright yellowy green pastel matte in there, honestly, that would be freaking amazing. I would not be sad about that at all. But yeah, just letting you know, I did buy this one way or another. I will do something on my channel. I am traveling next week. I'm going to Cosmoprof in Vegas. I will have some videos. Just so you know, I will have some videos, but my new makeup releases will probably not be on Friday next week. It will most probably be either on Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday, because I'm coming back on Thursday and I will not have time to film and edit it. So just letting you know about that, but I will have videos per usual next week. I will move the new makeup releases up until the weekend because I won't have time to film it. But I'm very excited about Cosmoprof. I'm going there, of course, as the owner of my own brand, Cinch Beauty. Some people tell me like, oh, you don't need to say all the time that Cinch Beauty is your brand. Actually, I do. According to FDA guidelines, every time I mention Cinch Beauty, I actually have to say that it's my brand. Otherwise, I'm breaking FTC guidelines. I don't want to be that person. I know that it becomes a little bit redundant, but people say that they are annoyed that creators are not transparent enough. And then when we are super transparent, that's not good either. But I actually do have to say that it's my brand because the brand does not have my name, so it is not super obvious. And actually, can we talk about the new Colourpop release? When I saw this one, I was like, oh, they're restocking the Winx collab. I'm like, okay, that's a little unexpected, but okay, that's fun. I don't even know if I still have that palette. I'm not 100% sure, but they're not restocking. Well, I think they're restocking it too. Don't listen to me. Do as I say, not as I do. I think they are restocking it, but they're also expanding on it. So they are also releasing, I think it's a Super Shock highlighter. Yeah, a Super Shock highlighters and some cream shadow sticks that are duochromes. And I was like, what a fun thing to just expand on a collab and just release two more things, but in separate colors. I really am intrigued by those shadow sticks. I used to really dislike the Colourpop shadow sticks, the first one that they released. And then they reformulated the sticks and they're really nice. And I'm telling you right now, if you are looking for shadow sticks, the Colourpop ones are great. I like both the shimmer ones and the matte ones, and this is why I will never pay high-end money for a shadow stick, because I feel like you can get a pretty similar result with the ones from Colourpop. They are creamy, they are blendable, they dry down, they don't crease on me, and you can see I have a lot of hood here. I don't have an eyeshadow on today, but you can see this hood is pretty extreme, and they don't crease on me. And this is why I'm like, if you're looking for a shadow stick, just get some from Colourpop. And now they're doing some duochrome ones, and I'm actually kind of excited about this. I have said that I am going to be reviewing everything that Colourpop releases throughout this year, and at the end of the year we'll do a best and worst of Colourpop. Maybe I'll do that before the Black Friday sale, so that if you wanted to buy something, they usually do 30% off during Black Friday. Maybe you can like save some money then. So maybe we'll try and do it before the Black Friday sale. So I will be trying, if I don't get this in PR, I will be buying at least one of these duochrome sticks just to see if they are nailing the duochrome in this formula as well. So I'm pretty excited. Per usual, you can use my code at Colourpop as well and get some money off. And yeah, I'm excited to see them expand on a collab. And I think that that's something really fun that I hope they do for the future as well. They don't need to come up with round 2. They can just expand on it, release a highlighter, a couple glosses, like something more, because I think that we are all, I don't know if I'm speaking for all of you, I love a good collab, but I also am kind of tired of them in a sense. And it's not that I'm tired of collabs. I'm kind of just sad that I am just jaded by them. I'm not, they're too common. They're too common for me to be excited about them. So I do hope that we continue to see fun collabs. I just hope we see less of them so that the ones that come out are actually very exciting and feel thrilling and just special again. That's what I would like to say. But I will definitely try at least one of these. Actually, let me look and see what the swatches are, because I think Trend Mood swatched them. And let me see which one I want. I'm looking at them now, and a couple of them look... Oh my god. Oh, you have to go and look at the Trend Mood swatches. Oh, they look so good. She's not really showing the duochrome as much as I saw some other people show, but the orange and the purpley red... Okay, they look very sparkly and pretty. I am kind of excited about that one. I will definitely be trying one or two of those. Let's talk about something that I did a video on, actually a dedicated video on, and that is the new collection from Ensley Reign. This one is called the Flutter and the Flourish collection. It's basically two small collections that are being released at the same time, both the little like garden and flower inspired, and I think she mentioned a release date to me, but she hasn't gone public with it yet. And I think that's because she's not 100% sure. If I have it, I will put it down below. But if she hasn't like announced it, I won't be the one announcing it for her. And I really like the quality of these palettes. I know I've heard some people ask me if they are just private labeled shadows or white labeled shadows. I will say, I have tried, and you know this, I've spent almost a decade trying indie brands, and I can tell you right now, I have one of them here in front of me. These are not that. I know brands, and I won't out them, but I know brands that just pick from a catalog. I know brands that don't have their own formulas, and I can tell you right now, this is nothing, exactly nothing like other indie brand formulas that I have. So I can pretty confidently say that these are her own formula. I know a lot of brands start out with a private label formula because it's easier and it is more affordable to start out that way, but most brands will develop from that, and I can tell you that this is not that. This is their own formula. I also know that people are asking me if they're still doing AI, and some people straight up angry with me that I didn't talk about that. For myself, and I can only speak for myself, I find it very important as a person online, not only as a creator, but also as a viewer. You right now listening here right now, very important to not make blatant statements around things that you are not well educated on. And I have a degree in science, so I don't have a degree in art. So I try to listen to other people who have a degree in art to educate myself on the matter. I've heard quite a few makeup creators that do have a degree in art or design that has like talked about AI, and some are for it, some are against it. And what I've learned so far is that I don't know enough to form a public opinion about it. I am going into it. I don't like the idea of like creators not creating their own thing and not like paying an artist for your work. But I also know that there are different layers of AI, and I know that the owner of Ensley Reign said that this one was, the artwork was made by an actual artist, and then she used AI to enhance some of the features because they're like two different colors. For example, this one is this color and the other one, I don't have it in front of me, has green things on it. So she used AI, the artist that painted these used AI to enhance some things, and then they went in again afterwards and just made everything perfect. So, and that's where I'm like, I don't have an opinion really on AI, because I'm like, I guess it's okay to change your own artwork with AI, to just change colors and stuff. I'm like, I guess that's okay. I also do know, as again, a brand owner myself and as someone who's done collabs, that has probably been one of the hardest things with being a brand owner, is finding artists. There is no yellow pages for that. The amount of artists that I have reached out to that doesn't want to work with makeup, doesn't want to work with small brands, straight up will just ghost you, don't reply to messages, that don't have time, or that just simply does not have the style that you're looking for. Hundreds. And this is actually something that I have talked to with quite a bunch of brand owners behind the scenes, how hard it is to find someone that shares your vision, is talented enough to make something that will look good in print, that has time for you, and that it's not even about the money, because like, it's not like I'm asking someone to work for me for free, but it took me over 4 months and over 100 different requests to people to find someone that is what I am looking for. And I can only imagine that it's the same for other brands as well. So it's not as easy as one might think. And I also know from developing products and from doing collabs that it takes a long time to develop things, and she's probably been working this collection for, I'm just guessing here, over a year, because it takes a really long time. And I'm fairly sure that she talked about that she wanted to stop using AI totally this year. You can't just throw away things that have already gone into production when you're still looking for the perfect artist for different projects. And for me personally, again, I would like things to be made by an artist, and I was very happy to see the brands say that we are going to step away from AI. But if you have some things in production, you can't just throw away tens of thousands of dollars and just be like, well, I guess my family's not eating today. So I think it's just one of those, it's hard for me to say. And again, this isn't my degree. If you have a degree in art, and I know some people have been, and I see some things that are being written on her page, and if that is you, you don't need to be that mean. Like, this, we're all doing the best we can, but don't be that mean. And I can only speak for myself. The only reason why I haven't really discussed this, and you can probably tell from the way I'm talking about this, I don't know. I don't know how this works. I know nothing about art. I am very good in school, and art was the one subject that I almost failed. It's not my strong suit. So I'm just speaking from my own experience. I'm just always giving brands a space to grow and be better and to turn into the versions that they want them to be. Change never happens overnight. And if you want to wait and see until she has fully moved away from things that, like this one that is painted but has some AI things in it, if you want to wait until that is like totally done, it will probably be a little longer, because commissioning art and like finding artists and production and all of that takes a really long time. But don't be mean. Like, you don't need to be mean to me or to anyone else. And please don't to me. I don't even work for the brand. Like, there's no need to be mean to me. And like I said in the beginning, I make a point to not talk deeply about stuff that I'm not educated in. And I will say, I wish that that went for more people online. But now I've said my piece, and that's the reason why I'll still review the brand. That is the reason why, because the quality is great. This is better quality than a lot of indie brands, and a lot of indie brands that I really like. And she said she was going to stop with AI. I didn't even recognize there was AI in the beginning. That's how much I know about AI. I know absolutely nothing. But I'm excited to see what else comes out in the future. You're going to have to take this for what it is. Don't crucify me in the comments. We're all out here learning, and at least I'm admitting that I don't know a lot about this. And also, a lot of people are writing, who's the artist, who's the artist? I'm not going to tell you who I'm working with. It doesn't mean that there's not someone working with me. I am paying them to paint something for me. I'm not shouting them out. Like, don't harass brands to give out their business contacts. They don't owe you their business contacts. You don't see other brands telling you which artists they're working with unless they want to. They don't have to tell you their business contacts. So everybody calm down. That was a long and winded discussion. I don't know if anyone was interested in, but let's talk about this one. What in the Huda Beauty copycat is this? This is from Clean Color. I've never heard about them in my life. But the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because they literally took the packaging that nobody liked from the Huda Beauty Glowish line that I think that she discontinued now. And they're like, let's take this packaging that not a single soul said that they liked, and let's do the exact same thing ourselves. Nobody liked this. It is a square pan with a round lid. It looks like when you're a kid and you're trying to like push two blocks together that don't match. And they're like, let's do the rose highlighter that Huda Beauty did in this packaging. And it's like, dupe makeup is one thing, but duping something that nobody liked, that's a whole new level. LYS is releasing the Triple Fix Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is a finely milled powder for flawless, long-lasting wear. Seems really nice. It's 7 shades, it's already available, and I like that they're keeping with their triangular shape. Listen, it's LYS and Prada, and they're like, we're going for it. And I like this triangular shape more than some of the things have not worked so well in triangular shape, like their eyeshadow palettes did not look good. The mascara became extremely bulky in the triangle packaging, but with this one, I actually think it looks super cute. It almost looks like a little piece of cake. Now I want cake. Now I want cake. I think it looks really cute. I love a good loose powder. The shade range seems really nice. Usually LYS is a little bit more of a mid-range, almost to like an affordable mid-range brand. One of the more affordable brands at Sephora for sure. It's like LYS and Tower 28 basically. So I'm kind of excited about this. LYS has reached out to me 3 times to be like, is this your address? We're just making sure about the PR list, and then they haven't sent me anything. So I will probably just end up buying this one myself if I feel like I want it. Do I want it? Because I feel like what I would really want, sorry for touching my hair so much today, but it is so frizzy and I kind of just want to get rid of it. So I'm just trying to put it where no one can see it. I feel like I would rather get a big size of the Huda powder or the one size powder. Now that I think of it, if I'm buying a loose powder, it will probably be that. And also I told you, July and August, because I'm traveling a lot. It's gonna be those months where I buy as little makeup as possible because I want to use what I have. I have so many pretty things that I want to use. So I think when I use up a powder next time, I will either buy the Huda one or the one size one. Now I have decided, I actually have 2 powders that I'm almost done with, so it might be sooner than expected. And I bought Natasha Denona one to review, and I also bought another thing to review. If I know I'm making like something with it, it doesn't bother me as much to buy it, but I want to save myself from buying a lot of things that I'm just buying because they look so pretty, and then I want to be more mindful. And I did buy the mystery box from Unearthly Cosmetics because I love a good mystery box. I love a good opening, seeing what you get. It's so much fun. But the problem with a lot of mystery boxes is that they are from brands that I really love and I already have the stuff. And I would feel not sad, but it's a little bit discouraging to be like buying a mystery box and then you already own everything in the mystery box. That's what happened I think that's what happened with my mystery box with Lunar Beauty. I bought one and I owned everything but one thing, and it was like, it was fun, but like, did I need it? No. With this one, these are all new items, and this is actually a sneak peek of the mystery box for Halloween, the small mystery box. She did say that these are brand new items, not existing from before, made for this mystery box, and the theming is purple. And I was like, oh, I like some purple. And this one, it's already shipped out. So mine is actually being delivered tomorrow. I don't know if they're still in stock. You can use my code and get some money off. But she did say that if they sell out, she will be able to repurchase more before Halloween. So they're a little Halloween themed, but also Unearthly Cosmetics is this pretty spooky brand all together. So it's basically like Halloween all year around. And I'm interested to see what this is going to be. Did she say what was in it? Unearthly Cosmetics Night Terror Mystery Box. Purple themed. Crafted for those who reveal in the macabre and the mystical, limited edition box. Perfect way, The 3 hauntingly beautiful products. A 9-pan palette, a liquid highlighter, and a lip gloss. Okay, so a little quick, like, get ready with me maybe? Because I told my husband I wanted to go shopping on Saturday. He was like, He did not really have the excitement I was hoping for, but it didn't say no. So maybe I'll like get ready before then and put it up. Maybe that could be something. Ooh, this thing. I actually have this one in front of me, and Merit, again, the sponsor of this video, is releasing a new shade of lip color. And they sent this one to me, and I didn't realize that it was new until I looked for it on the website, and I realized I've been sent this before it was even released. And this is Ginger. It's like you can see it's like a lighter, more caramelly, almost terracotta mid-brown. And this is their original formula, which is a more sheer, buildable, more balmy, satiny finish, which is a really nice finish too. So I'm very excited about this one. I actually brought this one out because I wanted to show you what it looks like. It is available now, and I thought I would probably just do a quick lip swatch video and put up as a short or something. Really like the Merit lipsticks. It is actually my absolute favorite product from the brand, so I'm excited that they have another color, and I'm very grateful that I have it here. Also, I wanted to let you know, if you were one of those people that is super upset and sad that the Charlotte Tilbury Fire Rose Quad sold out and never came back, I'm here to let you know it has been restocked at Cult Beauty. So if this was the one that got away, the one that you wanted to have, the one you wished that you had, it is now available over at Cult Beauty. Public service announcement in case you were like, that's the one I wanted. I'm so sad it got away. Moira Cosmetics has released something that looks really cute. I saw some swatches of these as well, and these are the new highlighters, liquid highlighters from Moira. Moira is a more affordable brand, and this is one of those things. I wonder if these are going to come to H-E-B, because if you live in Texas, Moira is sold at H-E-B, but they don't have the full line. But I'm actually going to go looking for these next time I'm at the grocery store, because I'm like, I really want to try them. These are $9.50 each. There are 6 different shades, and they look really nice. I'm kind of intrigued by these. I would like to try this one out. I'm not going to make an order to buy them. Again, I'm trying to buy less. If I find them readily available at the grocery store, I'll pick one up, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it. But I will say, this does look really pretty. Why am I so excited about highlighters? 2016, give it to me. I want highlighters. Last week, we talked about some luxury brands that were coming out with some pretty surprising releases, that were having some more colorful and like different kind of things for luxury brands. And this week's addition to that is Hermes. This is Hermes Fall collection, right? Yeah, Fall Winter collection. And it is 3 lipsticks, an eyeshadow quad, and some nail colors. That green nail color is to die for. What a lovely muted army green. So pretty. I will say the mixed shadow pans inside the Hermes quad is making my eye twitch, but it is what it is. But what an interesting color story. There is a shimmering, like bone colored color, and then there is a clay terracotta, a dark blue, and an army green. I have no idea what you're supposed to do with this, except maybe a 2 shadow look with something, but I gotta say, at least it's interesting. At least it's different. At least it's like, I don't know if I've seen that color combo from a luxury brand before. And I gotta say, that makes me excited to see that we are getting something different from the luxury brands as well. And that some brands are experimenting a little bit with eyeshadow, because the eyeshadow at Sephora and Ulta, they have not been giving experiment and innovation these past 2 years. It's been pretty dried up on that front. Another eyeshadow thing that is coming, and this is the absolute opposite spectrum. This is affordable Profusion is coming out with a 21 shade palette called Twilight Hour. It is $11.99 at Profusion Cosmetics. You can find Profusion at your local Walmarts as well. I have Profusion as my Walmart, although I will say it does look like that section of my Walmart beauty section has gone to war, and they did not win. They did not win. But I like the color story here, and I was very, very impressed. It's not like it's the best eyeshadow I have ever tried. I tried the Ninja Turtles and Profusion collab, but I was impressed enough that I was like, this is some of the best eyeshadow I've tried from the drugstore. Not all the colors were created equal, but it was a pretty good palette. I gotta be honest, it was pretty impressive. The whole collection was pretty impressive. And I don't want to buy this because, again, I don't want to buy any more eyeshadow. But the color story is pretty cute, and if this is the same quality, this could be something. Quick announcement also, let's talk about some brands that are moving into different retailers. It seems like Ariana Grande's, not the R.E.M. Beauty, but the perfume line is coming to Sephora. So the Ariana Grande fragrances is coming to Sephora at the end of July. So if you were wanting to buy it from Sephora, I mean, sometimes it is easier, sometimes it is harder. R.E.M. Beauty is actually available. I think it's available at Sephora in Europe, or is it only UK? You're gonna have to let me know about that. But I know it's available at Sephora UK, but I don't know if it's Sephora France and the other countries as well. You're gonna have to let me know about that one. I haven't been to Europe in over a year. I actually have no idea, but it's interesting to see that they are moving into Sephora here. I think that Ariana Grande Fragrances is doing very well. But we also have two brands that are coming into Ulta. One of them is Naked Sundays, which is actually a SPF brand. They do SPF and they also do makeup with SPF. They did send me a PR package once. I don't know how they got my address. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they're an Australian brand. And they have these glow drops that is SPF 50. You know, those like bronzing drops that you put on your skin? They're like a glowy bronzing drop, but also SPF 50, so it layers with your normal SPF. I think that is a pretty good idea. I mean, some extra SPF, why not? I never got around to try them. Should I do that? Do you want to see me try those out? Because I still have them. I don't know why I never got around to trying them, but they also have some glow lip oils with SPF 50. That sounds really interesting. They have a bunch of different just SPF products, and those are coming up. Those are coming into Ulta. And also another brand that is moving into Ulta is Naturium. So e.l.f. did buy Naturium, and I really enjoy the formulations from Naturium. They have some really good products, especially those Phyto Glow lip balms. I use those all the time, and I'm so excited about the new colors they sent me. So they are now coming into Ulta, and I think that that is genius. You can find Naturium at their own website. I think most of the selection is on Amazon, and they're also available at Target and now at Ulta as well. Like, this brand is taking over the world. And again, it was just bought by e.l.f., but Naturium is a really good brand. I really like the products that they're doing, and now they're coming into Ulta. I wonder if they're going to be in store in Ulta. Kosas released some lip liners not too long ago, and now they're releasing some eyeliners as well. Same kind of packaging, or at least similar kind of a packaging. This is the Soulgazer Intensifying Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. I didn't love the lip liner formula. I thought it was a little bit too thick and a little bit too gel-like to be a lip liner. I like something that's a little bit more drier and stays put and not as thick, but I didn't hate the formula. It just wasn't perfect for me. But I much prefer a eyeliner to be described as gel than I do a lip liner. So I'm very intrigued, actually. I want to swatch this. I want to swatch this and see how it is, because some of these colors are actually kind of interesting, especially those like that. There's a dark green. This is currently on the Sephora website but not available yet. $24 each. I will not be ordering this one. If I go into a Sephora, I swatch it and I like it, I'll buy it. I won't blind buy this. I want to see how the formula is. Another thing that is coming soon, and this is just a sneak peek, but this is from Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace usually has a big sale. You're gonna have to look up on their Instagram to see the deets about it. It is Christmas in July. They usually have a big sale that's going on for a couple of days, and they usually release new products during that as well. And it seems like they are releasing 4 palettes. I'm guessing these are palettes based on just how they look, and there's going to be one for each season. So there's a winter, a spring, a summer, and a fall palette. Usually, and this is the main reason why I don't review a lot of Sydney Grace on my channel, I think their formula is spectacular, but they usually release very neutral leaning palettes. So if you're looking for an indie brand that has most neutral makeup, this might be the one for you. They make really, really good makeup. They're just leaning a little bit more on the neutral side, and I just prefer when something is a little bit more poppy. Another thing that has, and I'm a little bit confused by this release, but I guess it's being available for us peasants soon as well. And this is that Glamlite has released their loose powder, but they have only released it on TikTok Shop. And if you're American, you might not know of this, but TikTok Shop, I'm fairly sure, is not available outside of the US. So Glamlite has only released this to the US so far. Like, I am not even allowed to go in and look at the listing on TikTok because my account was made in Sweden, so TikTok thinks that I am Swedish. So I don't have TikTok Shop, I cannot shop from TikTok, and I also cannot see the listings in TikTok. So if you're not American, you can't even see the listing for the powders. You are totally excluded from this launch altogether, which I think is a weird move. I actually had to log into my Cinch account on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, follow Cinch on TikTok. And I had to go in and just look at the listings and take this picture here. I'm sure this is a beautiful product. I'm very much looking forward to trying this one. I don't know if I'm gonna get this in PR or not, but I think that this powder I might actually buy because I'm more inclined to try a loose powder from an indie brand that I really love than buying it from a Sephora brand. So I think I might try this one either or. Like if I don't get it in PR, I might still buy it. I do have a code with Glamlite. It only works on the website and not on TikTok shop. So if you want to get 15% off, you can use my code Agnieszka on the website. So these are not available on the website yet. I do hope in the future that they will think about this and release it on the website at the same time. I understand that TikTok is probably making them a lot of money right now, but I couldn't even see them. Like it was like us peasants outside of the US, we weren't even allowed to look at the product. Avert your eyes. It's only for fancy people. I got a couple of these in PR, and these are the new eyeshadow palettes from Smashbox. These are the always on mood board eyeshadow palettes. These are available right now. I will link them down below. Are these $39 each? No, they're not worth $39. $25 would have been okay. These are small palettes. I'm telling you right now, these palettes are pretty small, and $39 is actually kind of outrageous for this palette. I did get sent 2 of them. I got sent the 2 neutral ones, which, I mean, it's a shame, but also like I can't decide what I get in PR or not. They're not exactly the kind of neutral palettes that I reach for because they're not super dramatic. And I also have neutral like palettes that I already own in my collection that I already love from formulas that I really enjoy, like Blend Bunny, Lunar Beauty, Natasha Denona. So I think I'm just gonna give mine away. But I do know that 2 of my friends, Rachel Palmieri and Heather Austin, they did get the 2 colorful ones, and I'm fairly sure that both of them are planning to do swatches and looks with them. So keep an eye open on their channels in case you're interested in hearing what kind of formula is this? Is it worth $39? Which, without even swatching them, just by seeing them, I can already tell you, I don't think they're worth $39. I'm gonna be honest with you, but keep an eye open on their channels if you want to see a review of these palettes. I will just be giving mine away because it's just a waste of product for me to use something once when I already can see by the color story that it's not gonna be a favorite. I'd rather just give it away to someone who really enjoy them. Ravie Beauty, which is a brand owned by Ali Glines, has some Effortless lips. They're like a colored balm glowy lipstick hybrid, and she came up with 3 colors, and now she's doing a shade extension with 3 more colors, a more almost like a coral, a warmer pink, and a more darker red. And I think this is really cool. The lipsticks are very, very beautiful, so I'm excited to see her come out with some more colors. These are already available. They're $22 each. Yeah, it's described as a unique 3-in-1 everyday sheer buildable lip color with the comfort of a balm, the buildable pigment of a lipstick, and the shine of a gloss. That's it. Kofi is also coming out with something, and this is the Lassie Lip Staining Long Lasting Hydrating Lip Oil. And one of the things that I think is really cool with this, Kofi is a Southeast Asian owned makeup brand, if I'm not totally mistaken, and they usually do more interesting nudes on other skin tone colors, which I really appreciate. And look at how pigmented these lip oils are. So if you were wanting a lip oil that had a little bit more pigment to it, I would check out this one because I don't know if I've seen something be described as a lip oil and have this much pigment before. So I will link these down below. I think they are available. They're on the Sephora website. They're $24 each. And yeah, the pigment is really interesting. Me personally, I like a sheer lip oil, but I love seeing that there's something for everyone. There is a sneak peek from Sigma Beauty here, but I am fairly sure that they have already somewhere announced what this is gonna be, because I have seen what this is gonna be, and it wasn't a sneak peek, it was more like a news somewhere. I don't know where I saw it, but this sneak peek by Sigma Beauty, they are releasing a tinted like it's skin tint, or a tinted moisturizer or a skin tint, but I think it's a skin tint that is like a skincare hybrid. I think that sounds very interesting. This will be the first time that they are releasing something that is a complexion product that is not a bronzer, or they do have a corrector, which is in 3 different shades, light, medium, deep, and it has 2 shades in them, a lighter and a darker one. But this will be the first time that they're actually releasing a complexion product, and I am very intrigued to see this. This is not releasing until August though, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait to try this one. I am so intrigued by this that I actually kind of want to email my contact at Sigma and ask them some questions like, can I get some insider scoop? Because this is exciting. Okay, let's talk about the fact that quite a lot of different news sites are reporting on the fact that it seems like Patrick Starr's one size is being sold. Patrick Starr did not start one size by himself. He is working with an incubator brand that helped him probably with financing. So he is not the sole owner of One Size Beauty. He probably owns a stake in it, if I am guessing. But One Size is a brand that is doing really well at Sephora in sales altogether. And the incubator that they're working with is luxury brand partners, and there is a lot of whispers in the corridor that they are gonna sell off One Size Beauty and that they're gonna sell off IGK hair products, because those are two brands that are doing really well. And that is something that we need to remember with these incubator brands. They are not just here creating brands for the fun of it. When somebody creates a brand themselves, they are the sole owner, the sole creator, the sole founder. They are they don't have any investors, they're self-financing and all like that. And there are brands out there like that, like Lunar Beauty is a brand like that. My own brand is a brand like that, but of course on a very small scale. It's different from when you are starting with an incubator brand, because the incubator always is looking to start a brand, grow it as big as successful as possible, sell it off, and start a new one. That is always the goal. That is the incubator brand's goal. To start a brand, help build it up, make profit selling it. So I'm not surprised that this is happening. And I think a lot of brands that we are seeing out there are celebrity brands or influencer brands, are in fact incubator brands that the incubator started with the hope to make it big, make a lot of profit, and sell it off. And does that mean that Patrick Starr, he's probably gonna get a big payday for something like this if they do end up selling the brand. But I don't know if he's gonna stay with the brand like that, because again, he is not the sole owner of the brand. He is not the one making all of the decisions with the brand. He probably has a lot of say in the brand. And I will say, I mean, a lot of the products from the brand are great. I was raving about that. If you have not seen my thoughts on the new One Size primer, that was in yesterday's video. If you have any kind of oiliness on your skin, you need to go and check that video and hear my thoughts about that primer, because One Size is releasing a lot of good products and they have good press and they are doing well. So I'm not surprised to see this happen, but I'm interested to see, because there has been a couple of years now of a lot of incubator brands growing. I'm interested to see what will be next. When will we discover what other brands have been growing to the point that the incubator is ready to let them fly, sell them off, and just make a profit and start a new one? So I'm very interested in that as well. And I don't think much is going to change with One Size if they do end up selling it, if someone ends up buying it. But I think it is interesting, because starting something with a passion and starting something with the hopes of making it big and being able to sell it are two different things. But it doesn't necessarily mean that one is making better products than the other, because One Size is making great products. Okay, I think that was everything for today. Like I said before, hope you're having an amazing Friday and that you're gonna have a great weekend. Remember, if you are a member, tier 2 or tier 3, there's gonna be a live tonight. If you miss it, don't worry, I always put them up so you can watch them later if you want to as well. And thank you again so much, Merit, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. I really love the glowy skin per usual, and I will see you, well, I'll either see you this weekend for a live, for a bonus video, something like that. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday for a video about really good drugstore product. Like actually good. Not good for the price, not good because they're a dupe, actually good products. Bye!